So this is my speech on interpersonal conflict assertively. Stashing peanut butter packets like meth addicts just to starve slightly less. Working out all day in the rain because some special individual rubbed feces all over the latrine walls. Cramped in a room with 50 other pissed off, sweaty, hormonal females for 9 weeks straight was my daily life during basic training. Before this wonderful vacation home, I had my parents as my guardian angels and maids that cleaned up my mess every single month. This was just a small change of scenery. I had to adapt. I had to learn assertive interpersonal conflict management. Disagreements happen on a daily basis, not just in the military. You can be the bigger person and makes the situation easier on everyone. Utilizing my experience, I will explain how the military has taught me assertive interpersonal conflict that you may apply to your daily interactions. Here's the plan. First, I'll explain the conflict of assertion. Then, I'll explain some common deviations that people make from the assertive style. And finally, I will demonstrate tips that you can use to improve assertion on a daily basis. According to Interplay, the process of interpersonal communication, the definition of assertion is the communication of thoughts and feelings clearly. Quote, it does not attack people. This is especially essential for intimate relationships where pretending problems don't exist only makes things worse. A good example of this is a business opportunity or a roommate that doesn't pick up after themselves. The same textbook summarizes the structure as an objective statement of the behavior, your interpretation of said behavior, the resulting feelings and consequences, and finally an intention statement, or a statement describing what you would like to see change for the future. This keeps sort of a mind map to keep thoughts clear, organized, and prevent hurtfulness. This was especially useful in close quarters living during basic training, where everybody was very irritable, and the clear-mindedness that comes with a mind map is extremely helpful. Now that you've got a general idea of assertion, it's time to show you what never to do during argumentation. According to the Journal of Applied Psychology, the method of delivery is far less important than the content. Avoid stylistic techniques like quips or playing with one's words or sarcasm. Don't focus on being the winner or the more moral individual. Focus your argumentation on what you're trying to communicate, the content. According to Aldo Civico, director for the Center for International Conflict Resolution at Columbia University, in his article, A First Step to Resolve Your Conflict, negative emotions put us in a state of mind that disempowers us. You should never yell or cry. Yelling completely destroys the idea of assertion that states polite expression. Crying simply makes your opponent pity you and directs your argument towards trying to make you feel better rather than what their real opinion is and rational thoughts. The point of the strongest message you want to communicate inside of an argument is the absence of emotion. For example, if you're speaking to your family member, candid speaking to calm them down will help them calm down as a copycat reaction. I became rude and irritable during basic training, and so was everyone else. When I learned to control my emotions, my friends followed. This led us to communicate as a team and accomplish our missions and goals. You've got the idea of what's wrong. Now I'll show you right. According to Sue Bishop in her book, Develop Your Assertiveness, being attentive and listening is essential to assertive argumentation. Sprinkle listening signs, like, for example, I understand, or that makes sense to me. Humans are copycats. If they understand that you're listening and are present in the argument, they will likely listen back. Another tip is to plan your assertive argument ahead of time. During basic training, there was a female that was furious with me that I did not want her to be the leader of our platoon. had multiple interactions in public where I was put on the spot and a scene was made. Generally, she took advantage of the situation to make me look like a bad person, and I was too embarrassed to respond. I worked out an argument, and I made sure that I approached her in a scene where she could not use her surroundings to her advantage, and I thought of methods to avoid allowing her to take advantage of my emotions and to keep her calm. We continue to work together professionally. This can be applied to the civilian world as well. For example, this is how an assertive argument should be structured. The car is parked directly in front of my driveway almost every week. This caused me to be late for my work because I had to wait 20 minutes for you to move your car. I feel that my time and property is disrespected when you do this. I understand you need a place to park, but if you park a bit farther away, then we can continue to be on good terms as neighbors. Notice the utilization of listening phrases and the assertive conflict structure, as per mentioned earlier. Arguments can be nasty and confusing. The solution can be assertion. We've gone over the definition of assertion as well as assertive do's and don'ts. Everybody looks up to the bigger person of an argument. Now you can embody that person. You are capable of maintaining a level-headed, assertive argument to arrive at a competent solution with anyone, even in basic training where people hoard peanut butter packets in their wall lockers like they're drugs. Thank you.
6:38.
That was way better than the other times, I'll tell you that much.